Namaste. I bow to the divine presence in you in this marvelous Monday. I am Michelle and I'm your motivator in today's Michelleology. We are so grateful to be in this space, in this place of creativity, opportunity to expand our consciousness, opportunity to go forth in the things that we've been purposed and destined to do, opportunity to get our nationalities back, our birthrights, our inheritance. The will has been done. So I hope on this miraculous, marvelous, motivating Monday that you are in the space and place to be ignited to your greatness, to your highest version of yourself and your authenticity. Authenticity is such an awesome place to be within yourself. It cuts out any kind of competition or jealousy because you stay in your realm. You know who you are, you know whose you are, and you know where you're going. And so as you begin to relax in being you and stop trying to live up to titles, to what other people say, outside influence, that is not it. Today I want to talk to you about remember. I will for you to remember. We were not purposed to come to this earth to learn. Because we were purposed to come here to remember. Before we were in the womb, God knew us. And so we have to remember what he put in us, his intimacy, what he put into me. And so as we begin to know ourselves, love ourselves, we will be called back to our memory. Remember that the governmental is trying to make you forget that you forgot who you were with fear. But when you remember, your faith is returned back to you. That's some good stuff. Remember, as often as you do this, you do it in remembrance of me, my mental equation, the God that is in you. There is no separatism between you and God. You are a collective force. You are a married couple. You are co-creators. It is the place and the space that you have to come to in order to be able to be successful, in order to be able to be joyful and happy and going forth in the very things that God willed you to have. This is the hour. This is the time. This is the moment that you become mindful. Mindful of what you must remember of who you are. This is the time where you focus on that. You won't be distracted by outside forces because you recognize that the outside forces are illusional. They have come to deter you. They have come to try to turn you around from where you're supposed to be going. They are not real. When I say they, whatever it is, that includes everything. And you must pay attention to every thought that comes to your mind because that's your creative force. And as you begin to think, you begin to create, you begin to attract, you begin to send out all kind of energy towards those thoughts. So you have to pay attention, close attention. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. You must not play. Pay close attention to the very thing that you're thinking, to the very thing that comes to your mind. We have to be mindful of those things. And as we become mindful of those things, we're able to remove all the blockage. We're able to return from being a monument to a movement. We'll move from not knowing who we are, our authentic self, and we will stop duplicating what others are doing and define and create something that is comfortable for our armor. Because we can't fit everybody's armor. And so when we create an armor for ourselves, then we create a space and a place to create. All of this is your creative space. And so it is imperative that you remember who you are. How do you do that? You have to meditate. You have to communicate with God. You have to put your place. You have to put your space and place in a time of silence where you can come forth, where you can hear what the Spirit is saying to you. We have so much noise around us that all of the noise around us drowns out that small, still voice. God is not going to yell. He is in your heart. And every beat of your heart is the language of God. Whew. It's the language of life. It's the language of love. And that's a lot because out of your heart flows the issues. They don't have to be bad issues. They can be good issues. But issues are the things that come forefront, things that the treasures, wherever your treasures are, that's where they'll be in your heart. And so we must define those treasures. We must uncover those treasures. We must chisel out the things that have blocked those treasures. And as we do that, we will remember, and we'll know our greatness, and we'll know our power, and we'll know our anointing, and we'll know all the things that used to be unknown to us. Because once you know a thing, I said 1,000,000 times, you cannot know it. And once you know your worth, you stop trying to prove yourself to anybody. Because how does an original prove themselves to cheap copies? You are an original, and the closest somebody can come to you is a cheap copy. And a copy always has flaws in it. It looks like the original, but you can always find a place in a space that is not. And so it becomes a knockoff. You are not a knockoff. You are an original. You are an original. You are an original. I don't know how many times I can say that. Remember, this is the year of royalty and riches. We're coming out of the rain, R-A-I-N. It just happens to be raining today. And we're going to reign, R-E-I-G-N. And as we begin to do that, we will discover that we are royalty, that we're a seed, and everything we need is in the seed. Everything. And we'll become fruitful. And we'll recognize that we can't fail. We just find another way to do it. And we will recognize that this is not a time for trial and error. Once you know a thing, you don't have to do trial and error. Well, the importance of remembering. Remember, your brain takes a snapshot of your experiences. And once that snapshot is taken, chemicals go through your body and they tell you how to feel when you experience this. And so sometimes you have to go and revamp your thoughts and revamp those pictures and delete some of those pictures that are not bringing to you your greatest version of yourself. This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. I think I'm going to use this. Most of the times when I come to you, I really don't know what I'm going to say. And when it comes out of me, I know that some of those things that I'm saying are flowing back to me. So as I sow to you, I reap the glory of those things that are coming out of me. That's how powerful you are. Sometimes you'll say things and you'll be like, where did that come from? Because education is coming from the inside. Information in formation is coming from the inside. So that's why I stress that you have to be an inner being. You are a spirit, and this is a spiritual war. And if you try to fight a spiritual war with flesh, you'll lose, because the spirit is more powerful. So all of this hate, all of this killing, all of this stealing, those are flesh. And so until we get into a spirit realm of unconditional love in this fifth dimension and freedom, if we all come forward and be on the front line, we get blessed at the same time. It erases jealousy. It erases competition. It erases all of those things that are negative. Everything in the flesh is negative. I'm sorry. It's negative, and it's an illusion. So why would we chase after negative and an illusion? Except the governmental has governed our mental, and it's governed our mental with fear. And so now, if you're going to move from a slavery mentality, you have to move from flesh fear to spirit, and you have to go to spirit faith. So it's a movement. We stop being a monument and start being a movement. Well, this is Michelle Nummy Motivator. In today's Michelleology, I pray that something that has been said in this moment, in this atmosphere, will be a root for you to start at a place that you're ready to go forth in your greatest version of yourself. Well, remember, you've been created by a creator to be created, not a creator, but the creator to be creative. Now start creating your creations and stop duplicating others. And may the love, joy, peace, power, and sound mindedness be your soul food for today. And remember, subscribe and like, because you'll know when my next video is coming out. I can't really give you your time. I just come on when I hear something that I want to share with you that I think is going to be an awesome seed for your need. So remember, create your day. Don't let your day create you. I'm Michelle, and I'm your motivator. I'll see you back here probably tomorrow. But just in case tomorrow doesn't come, you have this video to stand still and see what's your next step. Have a blessed one.